All right, so you have listened to two really amazing nonfiction authors today. I had no idea about all those things about Mount Everest, so if you ever want to borrow that book, you can find a copy on the openlibrary.com site, or I'll be glad to share that with you. From our classroom library. Just let me know if you want to read more about Mount Everest. And if you love dogs as much as Gene Craighead George, you can also borrow this book. Unfortunately, I could not find an ebook. And I also have the companion book to this, How to Talk to Your Cat. So if you're a cat lover, I have a cat version just for you, so you can borrow that. All right. Well, when you are responding to text today, I want you to answer these questions that I asked you at the end of the last video. Do you have things that you're passionate about, the way Steve is passionate about Mount Everest? What are your passions? What do you really get excited about? What energizes you when you're like, oh, I could talk about this topic all day long? What are you fascinated by that you like to learn about it by reading and asking a lot of questions? So what's a topic that you could look up and find out more about it? What's a topic that you spend a lot of time thinking about? I bet Jean Craighead George spent a lot of time thinking about her dogs and her cats and how she interacts with them. And also thinking about it from the dog's point of view. What does my dog want from me? How does communicating with me help me and my dog have a great relationship? And then finally, what activities do you engage in often? So think about some things that you do on a regular basis. Remember that these topics can be pretty ordinary to your daily life, or maybe something in your daily life inspires you the way Steve Jenkins was inspired by Mount Everest. Maybe it's something that you saw more in a TV show or a documentary, or maybe you read another book or heard another story about this topic and you really got interested in it. So, thinking of that in mind, your paper will look like this for today. Okay. So your paper will look like this for today. You're going to put a topic here, like for example, maybe trees. I'm kind of interested in trees because when we built our new house, I killed the tree in our backyard. I just did not take care of it properly, and it just did not survive even a month under my care. And so I've been kind of interested in, should I replace this tree? Of course, we took the dead tree is gone, but I've still had this bare piece of ground. So what kind of tree should I put there? What kind of tree will be easier for me to grow? If that tree was hard to grow, maybe an easier tree would be better for my yard. So some things I might think about with that topic vocabulary, things like words like deciduous and evergreen, photosynthesis, biome, um, things like that, maybe some tree names. So then I would think about why trees are important. I could also think about, what do I want from my tree? Like, do I want it to give us shade? Do I want it to have fruit? Do I want it to have flowers? Trees in my neighborhood. Maybe I need to go look at some of the other trees in my neighborhood and talk to some of the other neighbors about what kind of luck they're having with their trees. And then finally, I could think about what trees are easy to grow, because I do have two brown thumbs. Okay, so if I wanted to write a book about trying to get a tree for our backyard, then I might do some research on trees. I could also do some observing in my backyard. So think about that today. Now for this one, you don't need to fill up all the lines, but I would like at least 3 or more for this assignment to be counted towards your ELA assignment today. So at least think of 3 things. If you can think of more, that's great. You may have a little vocabulary, you may have a lot because maybe you don't know enough about this topic. But if it's a topic you're fascinated by or passionate about, then you probably have a pretty good idea about some words that might go with this. Um, and then think about what you could research or what you could examine. So, what you could actually look at related to this topic, or what would you have to like look for in a book? And so, maybe you want to kind of color code these. Why trees are important? I might have to look that up. Let's see. Let's go to a highlight. Can highlight that yellow. What do I want from a backyard tree? Well, that's something um, I could just examine. I could go and look at that. So let's color those a different color. Let's do green. Trees found in my trees found in my neighborhood. That's something I could walk around my neighborhood and look at other people's trees. And then what trees are easy to grow? Well, I might have to look that up, or I might have to talk to a gardener. I might have to talk to a landscaper about what trees grow in Wilmington with the kind of soil that I have. So that might be something that I have to think about. Okay, so go work on your topics of interest and submit that assignment when you're finished, and then you'll be done with ELA for this week. And next week, we'll keep on generating some ideas for other things that we may want to write about. And by this time next week, you'll be ready to select a topic. So I'll see you soon.